My name is Mike, and I'm an extraordinary minister of Holy Communion in my parish, Holy Spirit in Avon Lake. Part of my ministry as an extraordinary minister is to bring communion to a senior facility in our town. And that senior facility, I usually do a Eucharistic service once a month, and I also visit the memory care side of that facility. In that facility, in the memory care side, they have people who are just beginning their mental decline, and their acuity is on the decline. But the story I'm going to talk about is about someone I met in the more serious side, where these people are basically suffering through the final stages of dementia or Alzheimer. The man I'm going to talk about, for the sake of anonymity, I'll call him Joe. And I met him in the first couple of months that I was doing this ministry. And I would come in and, like with all the people on that side, I would say a couple of prayers with the group or individually with people. And then we would go ahead and give hosts and chat for a few minutes and stuff like that. But again, with the folks on that side of the memory care unit, their health declined, their memories declined. And Joe, over time, couldn't say his prayers, couldn't take a full host, couldn't take the host without water, and then eventually we'd go down to half a host, and eventually nothing. He couldn't talk, he couldn't receive communion. But we'd say a couple of prayers and I'd move on to see other people. But the last time I saw him, Joe was in that vapid state where he just couldn't do much. He just sat there and slept, and it was kind of sad. But when I came up to him and tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Hey Joe, you want to say a couple of prayers with me?" And he looked up with me with those big vacant eyes and just nodded yes. It touched me, and so I knelt down next to his wheelchair and I held his hand. We started to say the Our Father, and he really said the Our Father. He couldn't pray it, but he could mouth it. And I looked up into his eyes, and he was crying. So was I. So we got through that, and it was just a blessing. It was just so important to see someone so touched by faith, and I knew he was going to die soon. But it gave me comfort to bring him comfort in those last few days that I was able to be with him. And I got to tell you, that's the wonder of this ministry, and that's the wonder of the Eucharist, to be able to bring that to people and to share my faith and their faith in God. Thanks.